Hello learners, in this session we are going to learn about process synchronization. So let's begin with process synchronization. It is the task of coordinating the execution of processes in a way that no two processes can have access to the same shared data and resources. It is especially needed in a multi-process system when multiple processes are running together and more than one processes try to gain access to the same shared resource or data at the same time. How process synchronization works. For example, process A changing the data in a memory location while another process B is trying to read the data from the same memory location. There is a high probability that data read by the second process will be erroneous. Here are four essential elements of the critical section. Entry section. It is part of the process which decides the entry of a particular process. Critical section. This part allows one process to enter and modify the shared variable. Next is exit section, which allows the other process that are waiting in the entry section to enter into the critical section. It also checks that a process that finished its execution should be removed through this section. Remainder section. All other parts of the code which is not in critical entry and exit section are known as remainder section. What is critical section problem? A critical section is a segment of code which can be accessed by a signal process at a specific point of time. The section consists of shared data resources that require to be accessed by other processes. The entry to the critical section is handled by the wait function and it is represented as P. What is critical section problem? The exit from a critical section is controlled by the signal function represented as V. In the critical section, only a single process can be executed. Other processes waiting to execute their critical section need to wait until the current process completes its execution. Now, let's see some rules for critical section. The critical section must enforce all three rules. Mutual exclusion, which is a special type of binary semaphore which is used for controlling access to the shared resource. It includes a priority inheritance mechanism to avoid extended priority inversion problems. Not more than one process can execute in its critical section at one time. Progress. This solution is used when no one is in the critical section and someone wants in. Then those processes not in their remainder section should decide who should go in a finite time. Bound waiting. When a process makes a request for getting into critical section, there is a specific limit about number of processes can get into their critical section. So when the limit is reached, the system must allow request to the process to get into its critical section. Solutions to the critical section. In process synchronization, critical section plays the main role so that the problem must be solved. Here are some widely used methods to solve the critical section problem. Peterson's solution. Peterson's solution is widely used solution to critical section problems. This algorithm was developed by a computer scientist Peterson. That's why it's named as Peterson's solution. In this solution, when a process is executing in a critical state, then the other process only executes the rest of the code and the opposite can happen. This method also helps to make sure that only a single process runs in the critical section at a specific time.